I'm hoping you could give just a few more tips on detoxification, because we live in a toxic environment. We get it. It's all around us. We shouldn't blame ourselves if we've ingested or applied toxins on us. Let's become aware, make the decisions to reduce our toxic burden. But what are the ways you like to actually remove toxins? We know we have liver, lymphatic system and kidney that work, but sometimes they need a little bit help. Do you have any specific detoxification actions you take that help you remove toxins?
Yeah, without like product dropping, which I don't want to do. Like, I love removing the upstream source, right? That's always been the case. Like, so anytime you can remove the source of toxicity, your body can actually catch up, right? So if the inflow is greater than the outflow, that's an easy way to explain it. So I had a piece of paper, but inflow high, outflow low, because you're backed up, your colon's backed up. Like, you're just going to keep auto-intoxifying. It's going to get worse and worse. So you really need to remove the upstream burden to give your body a chance, because your body is tough. It can do it, right? It's actually taking resources and mitochondrial energy. This is a lot of times why you're fatigued, is it's dealing with all this toxicity load or the medications and everything you're giving it. And it's allocating resources. That's why an alcoholic can survive, because its body has adapted, right? So the body's brilliant and it does adapt. So I've found that removing the source is the first and major issue. You wanted to get out of those exposures, the big exposures that are in your life. So if you're living in a moldy home, you have mercury amalgam fillings, and you're always sick. So that's my big thing. It's like, okay, well, how can you get that upstream down as fast as you can? If you're in a critical health state, you have to take action. You have to do some bigger things. You may even have to move out of your home. You might find a warrant that says, come live with you for 6 months, right? So, and this is the thing, when you're connected to love, right? And you're not this negative person, you're like, hey, I'm living in mold. They're positive kids that are trying, right? They're struggling. They have anxiety. They have these issues, but in their heart of hearts, they want change, right? So if you know that you're loved, right? Comes back to that again. You know that you're loved. You know that the universe is working for you, not against you. And you're speaking that, and you have hope. You attract people like, get out of that moldy house. Come live with me. Come live here. Do this. This is these silly laws of attraction and stuff that I thought were silly, but it comes down to that belief that you're loved, right?
Yes.
And you know that you're loved, and then good things start happening to you. So no matter where you at, you say, well, I don't have enough money and this, and it's true. But when you know that it's going to work out, like I know these mamas, like I've sat down with them knee to knee back in the day when I was doing a consult, poor, dirt poor, positive moments, like God's going to provide us for this. And they're just going for it. It's like, no problem. We'll get the money. Don't worry. It'll show up. And it always did. They always showed up, and their kids, instead of getting their colon, ripped out, they got on butyrate and changed their diet, and the kid's heart disease reversed from genetic, and they don't need medications. I'm like, and this woman just boom, because she believed. So that biology of belief, that power, modality wise, air filters, right? Those are good for in your bedroom. Get at least your bedroom safe. If you can't afford a switch to shut off your electricity, shut it off at night. Like whatever it takes, get your sanctuary, get good sleep. Do those things. Get an RO filter for your house, so you're not drinking pharmaceuticals and heavy metals and toxins. Put some salt in it. The excuse not to use RO water because it demineralizes. Like, I'd rather have demineralized water. I mean, if you can't afford spring water, it's the next best thing, and a glass jar and like all that gets expensive. RO unit, things last for like 4 years. So you're again removing the source. Detoxification modalities, far infrared saunas, they're great. They're low and slow. They're not going to cause major detox symptoms. You can build up to it. It does release mercury in your bloodstream at certain heats, so you need to be careful with the timing of it. But you can sweat it out. I just think that's an easy one. I don't recommend any. I'm not connected to any or anything like that, but I just know that that's a modality that I've found that the sickest of the sick can do. Unless their thyroid's jacked, they can't adapt to the heat, their heart rate goes up and things like that. But I just find that that's a great, simple modality that everyone can get access to. if it has a little EMF, I personally wouldn't do it. But at the end of the day, I'd rather be detoxing than, spending an extra $4,000 on something that has zero EMF. Right.
Right.
Or, there's other ways to get that down. Right. So yeah, that would be my answer. And love does win. My wife was right. Damn it. She always is.
They always are.